11 out of 10. It was that fantastic. But yeah, we're underway for the formation lap in the sprint. I'm gonna go with Pazuzu for the sprint race victory. I'm gonna go Smith HB Dan P2. I'm gonna go JPP Gaming P3, but I'm also going to go Baggy Fan P8 because I think he's going to pick up. Don't know if I've mentioned, but this is going to be his fourth Grand Prix start this season. Currently on 5 points at the moment. Obviously, it's top 8. You get points for the sprint. I think he's going to pick up a 6th point of the season here.
Oh no! One of them's not started.
Oh no! So yeah, Scott's been disqualified from the formation lap.
Marsh. What's your race predictions?
Speechless.
Yes. Oh, Richie Chappell's left.
Oh, getting back in. What are you thinking, Matt? What are you thinking for the predictions for this race?
Well, you say you're getting him because I haven't got any of the game. Their names
I've got him. Don't you worry.
Okay. I won't worry. Yeah, I'm gonna go Pazuzu. First place, second place. I am gonna say Richie Chappell. You're kidding, another one's been disqualified. Both old league owners as well. And then third place, I'm gonna say Smith HB Dan. So top 3 pretty much gonna stay the same, but not in the same order. Yeah, this is predicted Baggy to spin. I don't think so. I reckon he's gonna. Yeah.
How many points is it on this season?
5?
Sure.
I think so.
Okay. We'll see if we can better that this season. Is it just me or is it just stopped raining?
No, still. Oh. No, it's still raining.
No, it's still raining.
Just very lightly.
Raining,
3.
Oh,
3. How's he been?
They're missing their grid spots. They're missing their grid spots.
Oh my god.
Matt, it's been a while. Take us away for the start.
Oh, if you insist. I don't think Marsh is here, but nevertheless, he is here. Right. Revs are up in a wet Austria sprint race. And away we go. And Richie Chappell has immediately left the session. Ewig at the back of Mercedes has been left behind. We're going into turn 1. It's going to be Pazuzu. So a poor start off the line from Smish HP Dan. And there's stuff going on behind. No. Oh no, what is going on? Oh, there's a Red Bull spinning. There's a front wing flying.
But Baggy's up to 7th.
Baggy's up to 7th view. Oh my goodness me. But yeah, going round turn 2, gaps already starting to appear so early into this race, but we've still got another 12 laps to go. Pazuzu, your championship leader, again in the lead from Smish HP Dan, who could not just get that Ferrari off the line. Cameron up to 3rd, Richie Chappell dropped to place to 4th, Hicklin up to 5th, not able to use his Hicklin strategy. The biggest winner, Baggy Fan 1995, up to 8th, clearly taking advantage of the chaos that happened in front of him, Corey.
Yes, he did. We've got yellow flags, and that's Wim Lexus off in the Williams. Just ahead there. Maxwell just about won his car. We're going to get a safety car on lap 1. I don't think so. It should have been called out by now. But yeah, Baggy losing position to Steve-O. He is going to try and fight back. 4P7 currently in the points places at the moment, getting 4 positions off the line. But Pazuzu, championship leader, taking the lead, and has done it fantastic as well. As Steve-O's gone wide, so that's allowed Baggy back through. He's had contact with Scott though at the final corner. Hopefully hasn't got damage, but the championship leader leading us away after lap 1 in this sprint. So probably the best scenario for the championship leader.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Maybe Pazuzu is a bit of a magician in the way. He certainly was getting off the grid line anyway. Whether that might have had the influence might have been coming from the formation lap, I can't remember. Well, so many drivers got disqualified. I don't know which ones got affected in the end, but yeah, it's JPP Gaming already in the pits in lap 12. That's more or less his race done, as Baggy Fan has just been overtaken by Steve-O for 7th place. Easily done in the straight line, so poor traction from Baggy Fan, or just really great straight line speed from the former LO in Steve-O.
The straight line of that Hasset providing some straight line speed to get past Baggy Fan. And he's still right on the back of him. He's trying to make the move. There's slight contact. Steve-O's gone off track. Baggy gets him around the outside. And he's now back into 7th place. As Scott is being now pressured, I can't get my words out, by the Mercedes behind. And just about he's going to hold on to P9. Oh, and the Mercedes nearly loses it there. As Hicklin's going side by side with Richie Chappell as they head into turn 1. Hicklin with the inside line cuts the curb a little bit. And he's gone off track. Just about catches it. They're still going to go side by side. And look, Now the Red Bull star, Sorpin, I think his name is, might be making it a three-way battle as they head down to turn 3. Richie Chappell's going to have the inside line on Hicklin. Can he make the move work? Hicklin turns in, but looks to just about hold his position, but it looks like Richie Chappell has got the better exit, and he's going to use that ERS to good use to try and get himself up into 4th place. He looks have got the position sorted. Yes, he has.
God, these cars in the wet, they're wheel spinning in gear 5. It's absolutely incredible. Oh, I mean, Richie Chappell and Hicklin, they did well not actually taking each other out into turn 1. We know what the contact system's like on this game. In fact, and there was almost contact again. The Mercedes is really on the outside. Oh no, they have made contact. No. They have made contact. Oh, you just couldn't write it. You really just couldn't write it. Baggy's up to 2 places, up into 5th place. Would you believe it?
Oh, I was going to make a 5-point joke there, but no, I'll save that one for later. Cameron, though, he's pressuring, so it's be done now. Bazuza has gone in front, 2.7 seconds, their new fastest lap. What's happened? Oh, Scott's crashed, and Maxwell's off as well. No, it's the Mercedes that's gone off as well at the final corner. We've got a safety car now on lap 4 of this sprint.
Oh, and Hicklin's in the pits. I think he was caught up in it. Maybe with a bit of damage there, but a bit of a lifeline with the safety car. It's going to bunch up the whole pack once again, because I mean 4 laps in you had 2 races going on. You had about a 5-second gap from the front lot to Baggy prior to the 2 drivers making contact in Hicklin and Richie Chappell, which I did say earlier that lap they did well not to make contact, but yeah, commentators cursing that still exists when stuff comes out of my mouth.
And then safety car on lap 4. Who's left the session? Who has? Oh, Steve-O. Oh, no, oh, well, Scott. Oh, yeah, because he crashed. Oh, wait, oh, yeah, hang on, let me get him back in.
Yes,
I think he's forgot that this isn't the race.
Oh, dear.
I was going to say, this is the sprint. This is what forms the grid for the race. And who's that? Smith HP Dan has pit from P2. So that's a very interesting call. What's he going on? Has he got damage? He's gone on the softs.
Oh.
He is gambling here. So he maybe thinks the rain is going to stop by the end and going for a very big gamble here on the soft compound tyres. Anyone else on the softs as well? No, Hicklin's gone on the mediums. What's this?
What?
He's gone on to dry tyres. Yeah, Mark with a C's, if he has said that, he's absolutely losing his head. Pazuzu, championship leader, leads this race, but it's been a chaotic first 5 laps.
I mean, one thing we're forgetting here is why we shouldn't be surprised that both of them are chucked on dry tyres on a wet track. They're in bloody Ferrari. I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect? I mean, Mark with a C probably did give them the call to come in. But, I mean, Hicklin on the mediums, that's an interesting one. Maybe, just maybe, they know something we don't, but it's still raining.
Goodness sake. So then, safety car I think should be in at the end of next lap when JPP Gaming catches up in the Red Bull. Yeah, you might as well. So then, let's get the championship standings and have a look at them then. Currently, Pazuzu not just leading this race, but leading the championship. I think it's by like 46 points, if my maths are right. Is it Harvey OC? I don't think he's hit. No, he's not here this week.
Not that one. Not that one.
Is it not? What? Wait, what? Am I missing something?
No, you said Harvey's in second. I just wanted to make it clear. No, it's not that one.
Oh, no.
Clear it up, just in case there was confusion.
Yeah, cheers, mate. So that I do wonder, is this dry gamble going to work from the 2 Ferrari drivers? Obviously, normally the Ferrari strategy is definitely not, but we'll see. But I think the most yeah, please do get the championship while I'm just talking over it. But yeah, I think the biggest, I say surprise this race, but we shouldn't really be pretty surprised, is Baggy Fan. He's up in P4 at the moment. He's currently going to be scoring, I think, 8-7. I think that's 5 championship points he might be scoring here on top of the 5 championship points he has scored so far in this season. In this season so far.
God, I'll tell you what, silly season doesn't just happen with transfers. It happens in the cockpit as well. 5 points so far this 5 points so far this season, and he could score as many in this race alone. That is quite something.
It is absolutely crazy. Is the safety car going to come in this lap? No, it's not. JPP Gaming hasn't caught up in time. So we're going to be going around one more time, and I think we're going to probably get 5 racing laps to decide the grid for the full Grand Prix itself.
Should we have a quick look to see who is tuned in onto stream chat? This is something I like doing when I'm on the stream. I like if people, for example, don't want to be known they're watching this, then I like to out them. So we got Shut Middle. Hello, Shut. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, bud. Of course, you are racing on Monday, which will probably not get streamed, but there'll be about 9 people racing anyway. But well done on Formula 2 as well last Thursday. Just missing out on points, but hopefully we get to see you again next round. Who else have we got? We've got
Phil 63 from Bradford in the chat. Hello.
We've got SLR Molly. Hello, sir. Hope you're doing well. Molly, yeah. Molly. Yeah, I've got two of them on my leg, and I had one removed from my back earlier this year. I believe he raced in. I believe he raced Div 2 yesterday. I've got no idea what happened. But knowing what Div 2 is normally like.
Oh my god, yeah, he did. That was a very chaotic race. Say the least.
Anyway, Sleepy Car's going back in this lap. So I
forgot we're commentating a race.
I'll go back over to Corey for the race restart. Which, I mean, you've got 2 drivers on track with dry tyres. So, I mean, yeah.
Yep, two Ferraris on a wet track on dry tyres. That's all you need to know about Ferrari this season. But Pazuzu is going to get us back underway then on lap 7 of this race. We've just gone past the halfway point. When is the McLaren going to go? Is he going to leave it late or is he going to go early? Looks like he's gone now, just before the final corner, and it looks like, Smith HP Dan's already round on those soft compound tyres, so it's clearly not worked out for him in the first Ferrari. But Cameron is sticking with Pazuzu here and could maybe have a shot of trying to steal the lead. And I thought that was lag then. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was my connection. But no, just a bit like that. Baggy's closing up on the Red Bull of Star Sorfin, I think his name is, in front. And this is for the battle for P3, if he can close this. Oh my god!
Oh god!
Stop there. Jesus Christ. Hey,
he's
absolutely rinsing that battery down the straight.
Oh.
And look who's back. His good friend Steve-O, who was battling with early on in this race, is back for probably round 3 it's going to be now, as the 2 Mercedes have just swapped around for P7. But Steve-O's looks to be closing on Baggy here for P4 at the moment. 6/10 at the moment is the gap. But Baggy looks to be controlling it well. Better than he did in qualifying.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Steve-O in the top 3, because it'd just be sod's law, wouldn't it? That he gets the top 3 and it's not actually in the race itself.
Oh,
I mean, what do you get when you get a top 3 in the sprint? You don't get a trophy, do you? What do you get? Like a...
Yeah, I don't know. In real life, they got medals and a wreath.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
last season they did. I don't know about this season. I think it was pat on the back, quick chat with Paul DeResta, and back to the garage. And yeah, the 2 Hasses just swapped around. Maxwell passed Steve-O into turn 1. I think did Steve-O make a mistake or something, because he was really dropped back. Oh,
I think there was a bit of team orders into it.
Oh,
yeah. I assume there's team orders, which Steve-O has always come across as a bit of a team player, so that's nice to see from the Haas driver.
Indeed it is. Let's see if he can follow his teammate though to try and catch up to Baggy. He's doing a fantastic job in P4 at the moment. I think has gained 8 positions so far. Yes, I'm right. 8 positions on P12 on the grid. After getting disqualified after beaching it in qualifying, being one of 3 drivers to do that. And a great recovery in the sprint so far. That's the one good thing about the sprint races. If you have a tough qualifying, you can really gain from it. If you get it right and your race pace is solid. Pazuzu has now pulled a second from Cameron, who's in P2. And Star Sulfan is really closing up to P2 of Cameron now. And might be thinking to have a go as we now start lap 10 of this race. Or sprint, shall I say.
Yeah, Pazuzu's just found his rhythm now, hasn't he? I mean, the fastest lap of 1:12.0 only confirms that. With Cameron behind, he's going to be 1.5 seconds behind, but he's got a bit of company. And then you've got another Gap 2 Baggy fan who seems to have found a bit of a rhythm himself, actually. I mean, he seems to be taking it a bit easy. I mean, this isn't where all the points necessarily are scored at, but getting fourth in the sprint race will score you some points. Little shout out actually to SLR Hicklin, still on those medium tyres. He's still ahead of JPPB Gaming, who is actually on the intermediates.
Indeed he is. Kept the P9 at the moment, just outside the points positions for the sprint. Fortunately, the two Mercedes getting very close together. They are starting to challenge Steve-O in the Haas now. He's now dropped back from his teammate. And speaking of his teammate, Maxwell, he is now closed within half a second of Baggy. And he's going to try and steal that P4 position off the Aston Martin as we're going to start the penultimate lap of this sprint very shortly. Oh, who's that's gone off? Someone has gone off, and that is JPB Gaming in the Red Bull. He has gone off at the end of the middle set, so that's going to drop him down to P11, unfortunately. Smith HP Dan now goes ahead of him as fast as lap is set by Pazuzu, and the Mercedes just gone back into the back of Steve-O, and he has got damage from that. You can see the end plate is gone, and Steve-O might be able to get the place back as they head down into turn one. Steve-O with the outside line, the Mercedes brakes a little bit later, and he's going to hold on to that P6 for now. And look, Richie Chappell's now going to have a go as Hicklin picks up a penalty for track limits. But Steve-O is going to go back into P6, goes to the inside, could get the position back here from the Mercedes driver. But the inside line goes a little bit too deep. He's going to go off the track. Is Steve-O? I think he's going to lose out to Richie Chappell as well. No, a little bit too far back, and it's now dropped down to 7th place.
Yeah, a little bit before this up ahead. Maxwell tried to make a move on Baggy fan in the inside of turn one, but Maxwell was too cautious. He broke a bit early, had to take a bit of the curb. Baggy did leave the space, but I think there was a bit of caution there from Maxwell. He didn't want to spin because there is points on the table, so that's back up to over half a second. But Maxwell definitely is sizing himself up for a move on Baggy fan. He's only got one more lap to do it though, as they cross the line in a few seconds' time. Richie Chappell right behind Steve-O, who has got a bit of damage on his front wing. Hicklin on the mediums is only less than 3 seconds behind this battle, so those mediums, I mean, it's not the right tyre to be on, but I'm surprised he's not losing as much time as he is. Oh,
Richie Chappell's made an error at the final corner. That has now brought Hicklin into play. Unfortunately, with his penalty, though, he's going to drop back a little bit more, but as we now start the final lap of this sprint, Maxwell is now right behind Baggy here. We're going down the second straight towards turn 3. We're going Maxwell, he's rinsing the little bit of his battery's got left, now down to 0%. Baggy's going to be rinsing these. He's got the inside line into turn 3. Baggy goes a little bit deep, but he's going to be able to cover Maxwell off. He's going to go for the switchback though. Baggy now with the outside line covers off the Haas. Can he hold on to that P4 spot? Maxwell using the 1% of his battery he's got left. He's going to have the inside line as they head towards turn 4. There's contact between the two, then bang, wheels. Baggy might be able to hold on here. Looks to maybe, Maxwell's got the bare exit. He's going to have the outside line now on Baggy. Who is going to get his P4 spot? They're still going wheel to wheel. There's contact! No! Can Baggy hold on to 5th? The Mercedes is catching up. Oh, he's going to reach on the track. He's nearly hit him. He's going to drop down to maybe P7 behind Steve-O and Richie Chappell. But Pazuzu, the championship leader, has driven a brilliant sprint. He is going to start on pole position. He gets fastest lap as well. For good measure, he's going to start on pole position for the Austrian Grand Prix. And Hicklin has gone round in the Ferrari. I think he's nearly beached it as well. But Baggy is going to pick up a singular point after the sprint, after contact with Maxwell. But I don't know if we mentioned, Baggy has picked up 5 points so far this season. He has just made his points tally go up to 6 points now.
well, I mean, there was contact. Hicklin spun because there was contact with Baggy, but I think Baggy left the space. I think Hicklin on those dry tyres probably was the root cause of it. But that was a dramatic final lap. There was Baggy and Maxwell, it was all too good, but just the contact system is so clapped on this game. It's a shame we had that end, but nevertheless, it was still a great sprint race. And well, Pazuzu extends his championship lead, and we've still got the main race to go, Corey.
Yes, we do. A brilliant sprint that was, and only a quarter of the distance of what we have in the real thing. We'll have 36 laps of this very amazing track. Coming up shortly, as we've got the results up on screen now. Pazuzu takes the sprint after qualifying P2, and he will start on pole position for the race itself. Cameron picking up P2 in the end from 5th on the grid. That's a good drive from Cameron. Starts off in the Red Bull. He finishes P3, picking up 6 points. Maxwell, after the contact with Baggy on the final lap, he will pick up P4. The first Mercedes, I'm really sorry, I don't know how to say your name. From 13th on the grid, they go up to P5. Richie Chappell, unfortunately, didn't have the best of races. He dropped to P6 after starting third. Steve-O from 10th, he finishes P7. He picks up 2 points for his championship tally. And Baggy Fan picking up 1 point after starting P12 to his
What's that
championship tally.
I've just seen Pazuzu's picture of the driver remote. Yeah, I've seen that somewhere. Let's do a bit of because obviously we can't interview our drivers as such, but we can have a quick little look into what's going on in the Div 4 chat, shall we? So,
Oh yeah,
Scott, SLR Scott, has pretty much just said, "Enjoy your night, lads." All 12 of you. Fair enough. Baggy loves being used as a ping pong ball. I've taken that sarcasm. The name I can't pronounce is very sorry to Steve-O, and Steve-O's not too bothered by it. There's gonna be a 5-minute break. Oh, okay, yeah.
don't pause.
Do not ready up until 21:50.
Yeah.
Nice, thank you. This is boys, predict the score in my game tomorrow. That's from Jay Geddes. So I'm gonna say he's gonna win 6-3, 6-3, 7-5.
Wait, this is football, right?
Oh,
Wait, I don't know what.
I
I don't know
thought he
what
played
game
tennis.
it means.
I thought he played tennis. No, all right then. I'm gonna say 5-5. Which
Ooh.
did you know, Corey? Oh no, it's not anymore, is it?
No,
Baggy's got 6
it's
points
not.
now.
It's 6.
Right, I'm just gonna suck on a Weather original now.
Oh yes. Yeah, he has put football. I'm gonna go 4-3 to your team, Jordy. In the end, we'll see. Let us know how it goes in the general or wherever you can. So yeah, Baggy has now picked up. I keep going to check the race director and realise I'm not going to because I won't be able to get back out of it. But okay, don't matter. You enjoyed it.
Deep throating the Weather's original.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I know we said we're going live on Pornhub Live tonight, but I didn't mean literally. So yeah, this race is going to get underway in about 2-3 minutes time. Doesn't matter. Are you
Anyway.
racing tomorrow? You better be.
No, I'm not. I am tempted to. Well, no, just ever since I raced F2 Silverstone last week, it's kind of brought my love back to racing. I just can't drive these F1 cars. I'm like Baggy Fan on traction. It just doesn't work.
Oh, he was running P4 for the majority of that sprint.
Yeah, sorry. Who else is
We don't talk about
watching?
quality.
Who else is watching? We got Dark Storm. Hello, Dark Storm. Hopefully, you don't arrive above the skies just yet.
Oh.
And we have a few more days of dryness and sun.
This is why we love you.
We've got Forest Beast 56. Hello, Forest Beast. I believe this is the brother of UK Beast Assassin. That's also related to Forrest Gump. I don't know.
Yep.
I
love nights like these.
In the stream chat, we've got the Ferrari lads popping up. Smith HP Dan, proper Ferrari strategy from me. Yes, it was. Hicklin 93, mediums for life. Ha ha. No, it's starting on the hards. That's why. I mean, there's a. You literally have a strategy named after you, Hicklin. The Hicklin strat. Starting on the hard tires, you've got to keep it going. Like, it's not going to be long until there'll be a saying in SLR called you've done a Corey.
Sorry?
Done a Corey.
What's that?
Like, when you get pole but you don't convert it.
I love you know I've converted one of my 5 poles in McEwen this season.
I mean, at the end of the day, you get the last laugh because I haven't even got a front row in this league, and I'm a championship winner.
Oh yeah. I mean, what? You only won one race that season, didn't you? I swear.
Yeah, and it was here. Love Austria.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I overtook Rich on the second to last lap to take the win in changeable conditions.
I bet he loved that. Absolutely loved it.
He did. But
You see what
um,
Geordie's just put?
have he ever told you that you look like Christian Benteke? Only one part of my body, yes.
What's that? Oh, we're not allowed to share that.
No, I can't. There's probably someone in here under the age of 18.
Me.
Um,
I mean, I'm not.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm
Oh no,
not.
you're not. Oh no, you're not now, are you?
No, I'm not.
Hicklin is getting a bit active. He's can't wait for a track. Okay, and utilise the strap. But Meester Hard is the logical one here.
I
You
mean,
tell me about it,
Frank's
mate.
coming up. That'd be good.
Yeah,
For the Hards.
redemption in the race, hopefully.
Oh, it definitely could be. We'll see. I went to go check the race director again, then remembered. We should be getting underway at 10 to.
Hmm. Actually, if Geordie's still watching, I will say to him that he reminds me of Carlos Tevez's neck. Oh,
Oh my goodness. I was going to ask is, if, I mean, to the chat, is if there's any questions you've got, please send them in. But I think the last time we did that, I think we fully regretted doing that. Div 2 Monaco season, well, no, last season, I think it
yes.
was. That was
Yeah, I remember there was an announcement done shortly, the streamers after that, saying if you do catch inappropriate language
Didn't
in
I
the
put
stream
that
chat,
out?
you have to stop. Oh, you put it out, did you?
I'll put it out.
Okay, because I saw oh, Harvey's not that one, but Harvey's in the chat.
For God's sake.
What? Race up next? Yes, it is.
Yeah, we've got the race next.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Get the players to send in the clip.
He just did it himself.
Oh, okay. Oh, fair enough.
Welcome back to the Short Online Racing Division 4. We're here for the race now. And let's go through the grid then. Everybody, this is SLR. Everybody is going to be starting on a medium compound tyre, apart from the Flying Scotsman of Maxwell. He has gambled for the soft compound tyres here in the Haas, and I can tell you now he is not going to get far with those unless maybe we're going to get a lovely little safety car, which if we could have. And we've got the predicted pit stop strategy on the screen from Mark with a C. I think the one stop is probably the ideal one, and Matt's here. A medium hard is the ideal strategy around here, but Maxwell's going to be going for a little bit something different. We've got just a little bit over 10 car lengths. We'll be getting 5 seconds for that, I hope. Sergio Perez did at Singapore. But Pazuzu is about to line up in his grid spot. And how many people do you think are going to get disqualified?
I'm going for 4.
Actually, what have we got a minute? Race predictions. We forgot about that one. Who do you think is going to get top 3 then, boys? Matt?
I'm going to go Pazuzu, Richie Chappell, and HP Down.
I'm going to go similar. I'm going to go Pazuzu, HP Dan, and I'm going to go Maxwell. See if his soft compound strategy works. Matt, do you want to take us away for the race then?
Yeah, I don't even know if I can hear me on the stream, but anyway, here we go for the main race. Revs are up in Austria once again, but this time in the dry. And we're away, and this time it is a good start. But, oh no, hang on, there's a different grid, isn't it? Pazuzu in first place. He's going to lead away into turn 1, and he comes out of turn 1 in the lead. Cameron in second. Oh, I can hear myself from comms. That's good. Cameron in second place is breathing down the neck. He's going to set himself up for a lunge, I think he is. Going into turn 2, is he going to? No, he doesn't. All on the medium tyres. Only one driver is starting on the softer tyre. I have not got that graphic up though yet. Forgive me, I'm sucking on a weather original. Yep, and here we go for a move. Cameron's on the outside of Pazuzu. Is he going to do it? Oh, they're giving each other a bit of respect. There's a bit of lag, but I think that might just be my Wi-Fi. Of course, it's my Wi-Fi. Oh, no, apparently it's not just my Wi-Fi, but Pazuzu keeps the lead. So very early on, he is being kept very honest, Corey, as we near towards the end of the first lap of this Grand Prix.
Yes, we have. Championship leader holds on to the race lead then as we head into the second lap of this Grand Prix. Let's have a look who's getting the most positions so far. It is. Oh, it's only Baggy fan, isn't it? He's gained 5 positions so far from where he finished. Wait, no, that's from where he qualified. I'm pretty sure. Wait, no, he's gained 5 positions. What's this on about? Finished P8 in the sprint, didn't he?
Yeah, but he started down in 13th. I saw that.
Oh, wait, yeah, 5 place grid penalty. He got a 5 place grid penalty, didn't he? Forgot about that one. So he's now back up into P8 where he finished the sprint. And out in front, though, Cameron is now right on the back of position. There's contact between the two. Cameron takes the lead. He's gone into the back of the McLaren. And now he's under pressure from the Mercedes driver in P3. He's looking to go around the outside of Pazuzu. There's nearly contact between the two. Can he make it work around the outside? He's on the grass. And just about keeps it together. He's still...
Oh my goodness me!
My goodness. Oh. He's just about kept it out of the barriers. Has smashed the brake marker boards while doing so. But has thankfully kept it out of the barriers, which is a crucial thing. Oh yeah, painful. Here comes Maxwell though on the Mercedes. He had a little look, but can't get past it. He's lost it. Oh, that's such a shame. Oh, yes, Stevo's ran with him. The Haas driver now out of the points, and I think he might have front wing damage, unfortunately. Maxwell now back up into P3 on those soft compound tyres. Haven't really worked out for him so far. He was looking to maybe challenge the top two, but he's been involved in quite a bit of carnage so far.
Tell you what, Cameron is stretched his lead out almost a second ahead of Pazuzu. This is a bit of a surprise. I certainly didn't see this coming. I mean, forgive me, I've not been paying attention to the season, but Cameron has got some very good pace early on.
Yes, he does. You are right. He's stretched nearly a second lead already. He's got nearly double the ERS of Pazuzu behind him, and might be able to pull the DRS as we end lap 3. Obviously, DRS was enabled at the start of this lap, but can he make it work? Can he get the DRS gone of the car behind? It'd be very crucial. Pressure with the championship leader behind him. Of course, we've got yellow flags again, but who for? Chris, come on! Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Hickling was round. JPB came and nearly T-boned him. Thankfully, with his lightning quick reactions, has managed to keep out of the way and moves himself up into 9th because of that now.
Oh, I think we've got another spinner up ahead. We have this Mercedes of... That
guy.
That guy.
Actually, we've got that guy in the league. We'll call this one Dave. We've got John, now we've got Dave. So Dave has gone round. Has he beached it?
No,
Dave ain't beached it. But Pazuzu, he's going to be chasing down race leader Cameron now. They're going to have DRS going down into turn 4. Can he make it work though? He's going to have the slip shim. He's going to use some of his battery. Oh yeah, Baggy's just hit the back of Scott.
I thought Scott lost it on traction, but nice to see him back in the race. Baggy's going to make a charge. He's going around the outside. He's got the ERS on. The DRS isn't... I don't think the DRS was open. Oh, they're going to make contact again. They have. Oh, and there's another driver right behind it. Smith, HP Dan. Is he going to... He's licking his lips there. And he's got the move on Baggy, and he's got Scott right ahead of him now. Could be 2 for the price of 1.
It occurred to Smith HP Dan making the most of the bad situation happening ahead of him. Might be able to get himself in the top 5, as you said, with Scott only just ahead. Just over half a second is the gap. They're all going to get DRS at the moment in this 4-car train of Smith HP Dan, Baggy, Richie Chappell. That's 3, you moron, not 4. But yeah, it is 4 because Scott's ahead, you melon. And Pazuzu now with DRS is closing up to Cameron as we head down into turn 3. Is he going to be close enough to go for the move? He's a little bit too far back at the moment. Going back to Smith HP Dan, he's going to be closing up to Scott for P5 now. Once again, not going to be close enough. Richie Chappell's made the move on Baggy though. He's now dropped down to 8th.
Oh, it's not over yet though. I mean, there was a tiny bit of contact, I think there was, but they made contact while trying to be cautious. But up ahead, Richie Smith is trying to make a move on Scott. Scott defends very well, and Smith actually loses out because of it. There's a yellow flag, but for who? Chris Kamara.
It's Dave in the Mercedes. He's gone round at the same corner again. Don't join the track, please. No, 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 no,
that's still too close.
No, he's reversing. Bless him. Oh, he's done his best job to stay out of the way, which is fantastic to see. Because obviously we don't have ghosting in these lower divisions. But Pazuzu is once again closing up to the back of Cameron now, and if he can stay within this distance, he might be able to have a go heading down into turn 3. He's going to use his ERS to try and close the gap, but Cameron has also got a lot of ERS to defend as well, crucially. Not too far behind though. Here's the McLaren to go through turn 3. Have we got anything else going on behind? Dan is closing up to Scott again.
We've got plenty going on behind, Corey. Plenty going on from behind. It's a great watch. It's a great watch. I can't see it maintaining through the race, I must admit. I mean, I know I'm a glass half empty person, so forgive me. But still, I'm enjoying this. I think everyone on the stream chat's enjoying it as well, hopefully. But Scott in 5th place. I mean, like we saw in the start of the sprint, we are kind of seeing 2 races. I mean, you've got the top 4, so be it 2nd and 3rd, already separated by quite a bit. And then you've got a big gap to 5th place, that's where another race is happening, where you've got 4 drivers separated by about a second and a half. But going back to the front, Pazuzu is setting himself up for a move on Cameron as we go across the line to start lap 7.
Yes, we do. DRS once again for Pazuzu. Can he maybe close up the gap to try and have a go? Heading down into turn 3. He's been having a go quite a few laps now since Cameron took the lead. I believe it was on lap 3 of the race. Got yellow flags again, but who for?
Oh, it's for Dave.
Poor Dave. Losing it out the final corner, I think that was. Pazuzu still not close enough. Cameron's really holding the gap nicely. It's around 7/10 at the moment, as Harvey OC is having a phenomenal time. Oh, Richie Chappell, yeah, he's gone off at turn 3. I'm not sure if there was contact or not, but that has now promoted Dan up into P6 now. Oh, poor Dave. He's having a really, or she, again, we don't assume around here, has had a very poor race so far. Now he's a lap down, I believe, on the whole field. So fair dues if they keep going, because I tell you what, we saw with, who was it?
Baggy,
last season. It was Baggy, yeah.
I think it was Baggy.
He was near enough a lap down and still managed to get points. So again, just keep going to the end. You never know what can happen. Safety cars, DNFs. You never know. I mean, we saw 5 finishes earlier.
I just think overall, when you've only got 13 drivers racing, which, I mean, it's not nice to see, but you can certainly take advantage of it. Just get the line across, just get the car at the finish line, and I mean, 9 times out of 10, especially if anything like Div 3 earlier, you can find yourself in the points, and especially if penalties keep coming up, like we've just seen the first one there from Wyman Lex. You could gain off a few places yet again, and I think Dave spun again, but I don't know if you were just reacting to Smith almost hitting the back of Scott.
Yep, I was reacting to that. I had to take a step back there. That was very close, and Richie Chappell was right on the back of Smith as well. And hopefully Dave doesn't get in the way of the race leaders again. Yeah, he's staying out of the way nicely as Dave. Smith is still closing up to Scott. This is for 5th place now. Scott's doing a good job so far, up in 5th place. Gained 6 positions so far, Scott, from 11th. So he's had a fantastic race so far. And if he can hold into this position, I think he'll be very pleased.
He is, and considering that he almost wasn't going to race after what happened in the sprint race. So luck favours the brave, and certainly braved it out by actually racing as Maxwell was the first driver to pit.
Yes, he is. Getting off those softs. I said those softs weren't going to last long. They only last about maybe 5 laps with the optimal speed, really, till they drop off. They're really hard to use on this game. Drop off very, very quickly. But Smith is now right on the back of Scotty with DRS, with the electrical engine he is going to use with that Ferrari engine. Sticks on the left-hand side. Has to go on the grass a little bit to try and get past him. Scott's going to try and keep it up the inside. He's going to get the DRS for the following straight. Can he get back past the Ferrari driver? It looks like Danny's going to hold on to this position for a little bit while longer now. And he's still on the grass, he's down there, but has hold on to 4th place.
I think he was hoping Scott was behind him, trying to get the slipstream, because if he was, then that was his way of saying eat dirt. But I expect Smith to pull away now and maybe be in a bit of a race on his own for a few laps until he gets to the pit stop phase, where Well, I fully expect Smith to close the gap on the Staff Orphan, or however you pronounce their name. But I mean,
Oh!
oh dear, what's
Sorry.
going on?
Cameron nearly just lost it out of the final corner. That was very, very close. Pazuzu, I'm not sure if it was lag or not, but yeah. Mate, get used to that. I've missed doing those. But Pazuzu's now really close up on Cameron. This is the closest he's been now for the past couple of laps. He might be having a look as we head down into turn 3. He's going to have a look down the inside from this far back. He's having a look. He is going to look up the inside. Is Pazuzu. He's going to have DRS for this next straight as well. He's going to use his battery. He's going to have slipstream. He's going to give everything he can to try and take the lead. I think Women Lex has gone off in P12. He's going to have the inside line. Is Pazuzu's onto the grass again. But can he take the lead off Cameron? They touched wheels, so close they were. Cameron holds on to the lead for another lap. That was very, very close.
I mean, I know he's Division 4, but Cameron, ever since I've been watching him in SLR, always tends to be the most difficult person to overtake in this league. And once again, he has proven to be the case again. He's like a bus. I don't know how he makes his car wider as such, but he's doing such a great job at the moment to keep Pazuzu behind, who again is dominating this season. So Pazuzu, I mean, no disrespect to the other drivers, is finding this division with a bit of ease, but he's come across the immovable object of Cameron this race.
Yes, he is. Dave is also in this little battle as well. He may be a lap down, but he's going to maybe try and lap himself if he's not keep battling. But Pazuzu, once again, is now right on the back of Cameron here. He's a lot closer than he was on the previous lap, so surely he's going to go for a move down the inside as he headed to turn 3. He's got the inside line on Cameron. They both go a little bit too deep. Cameron goes off the track. Can he hold on to the lead, though? Pazuzu is going to have the DRS to try and fight it, though, as we head down towards turn 4. They nearly bang wheels on the straight, but the McLaren looks to have got the lead sorted.
Yeah, he's done it. Cameron was very, very cautious, giving him a lot of space, probably a bit too much space, if I'm honest with you, and effectively it's costing the place, but nevertheless, I mean, he's got the opportunity now to see what Pazuzu can do, or what he is doing on the track, see if he can match it, and just try and stay within a second of that DRS, and well, might be able to do bits from then on, but he's got a 4.5 second gap to the car behind, so Cameron's got nothing to worry about just yet. Just needs to hope that there's no poorly timed safety car. Having said that, there's a yellow flag in Sector 2.
Steve-O's gone off at turn 3. The Haas driver having a very, very tough race now. Down into P11. Behind his teammate Maxwell now. He's holding on to the final points paying position at the moment because of that. Cameron's going to maybe try and fight back here. He's got the ERS to fight back and the DRS as well, but I think he's still too far back. Let's go for the move from here. Don't think we've got anything else going on down the field at the moment. Richard Chappell is holding within DRS of Scott at the moment, but I don't think he's going to close up enough either. What happened, Marsh? What happened? Oh, so yeah, he's dropped back a few tenths now as Cameron, and that might just solidify Pazuzu's lead for a little bit longer now. As I was going to say we're heading on to halfway, but no, we're just about a quarter of the way in the race now. As Steve-O's gone off again at the final corner.
Oh!
Okay.
Yeah, I was just on board with Richie Chappell. He almost went into the back of Scott. He did well to actually avoid contact there. He had to brake. He broke a lot later, but he had to veer sharp to the left. And fair play to the Mercedes drivers for staying out of that. That would not have been a happy Scott there if contact was fully made. As there's a yellow flag in Sector 1 again. I believe that's Steve-O who is about to get lapped. Stay out of the way.
Yes, he does stay out of the way. It's onto the grass is Steve-O at the moment. There we go, letting the leaders through, staying out of the way. When Aston Martin, and that is baggy into the pit lane already, he's going to try and go for an undercut in this race. I really hope he straps on the hards. I swear to God if he puts on the softs. It's full on the hards, thank goodness.
Bless you, Steve-O. Bless you. That is... He's, he thought he was going to get lapped by Dave. Dave's actually a lap down. So he's just... Oh. He let Dave through, figured that he's...
Steve-O's off again. He's let the car behind. He's let the Williams through. That's for position. Hey, up and now who's gone? Is that Smith done? Coming up behind him now. Or is that Hicklin? Yeah, Smith coming up behind him. So I think he's got to let him through here as well because of blue flags. Obviously no ghosting in this division. If Jam does get past Steve-O. But the only thing happening at the moment is Steve-O letting lap cars through. But the camera's still just holding in.
Oh, go on.
Is
Go on.
Harvey put in chat, should Pazuzu be looking for an undercut here, but it applies to Cameron now. So what's the undercut like here?
I think he might have messaged that before Pazuzu made the overtake, I reckon.
Yeah.
Which at the time I would have said yes. But having said that, I have no idea what the tyre life's like on these tyres, cars on this track. So maybe Corey might be able to go in depth with that a bit more.
Funny enough, I actually did some earlier with Ugly, and I mean the undercut I think was actually pretty decent. I think I gained about a second from it. It's just the warm-up phase. I think it's kind of where you lose the majority of the time because obviously no tyre blankets now on these F1 cars, and stone cold on the hards, which I'm sure Baggy's going to have a lovely time warming up those hard compounds. To be fair, he's not struggling as much as I thought he did. He's now got them up to temperature. And another thing, Pazuzu has now pulled the DRS, but it's definitely worth a gamble for Cameron to go for the undercut, as I think Dave is into the pit lane. He's stopped.
So will we see a bit of a tasty undercut by Baggy Fan on the hard tyres? Who, I mean, touch wood, touch wood. Been so far so good from the Aston Martin driver, who impressed in the sprint race, should we say? Just unfortunate with that last lap towards the end, but this is where it mainly counts. This is where you get most of the points. This is where Baggy Fan is going to try and hope to chuck more points on top of his 6 points this season out of 4 races.
It's like a text-to-speech thing there. Putting in 6 points. So, yeah. Baggy at the moment currently holding on to the final championship point in P10, and obviously, as we said, going for the undercut might help him, and hopefully, for his sake, there isn't a safety car that ruins his strategy. But Pazuzu, indeed, yeah, Hicklin has himself a penalty, 3 seconds now, which is going to close the gap even more. Hicklin obviously still well. I think Maxwell pit early. Oh yeah, Maxwell started on softs, didn't he? So he's already picked for the medium, so he's going to have to do a 2-stop in this race because he's not going to get the mediums that far. Yeah, Pazuzu extending his advantage out in front, currently 1.1 seconds as it stands at the moment to Cameron in P2.
Yeah, it's Cameron. Cameron's doing well to keep within a second and a half as there's another spin. Oh, you're kidding me.
Steve-o. Yeah, he's spun on the pit lane entry and he's disqualified, unfortunately. That's 4 disqualifications we've had so far this Division 4 weekend.
It's been very
a new record.
Yeah, it's been very diff 4 as Scott is in the pits and he is the second driver to put on the hard tyres. So be interesting to see where he comes out in comparison to Baggy Fan. I think he was quite ahead anyway. But of course, he's going to have those colder tyres. So Baggy's going to have to try and hope that these next few corners, he's able to make up a few seconds on the former league owner to try and fight for position for 9th. As is the yellow flag?
That's just Steve-o's AI pulling over. But while that was happening, Maxwell got past Richie Chappell for P6, but I think the main action at the moment is Scott versus Hicklin, as you said, for P8, the Alfa Romeo versus the Ferrari. And Scott on those fresh hards. Actually only 4 seconds back at the moment from Scott. And he's going to be hoping to try and close that gap a little bit more. Cameron has just got himself a 3-second penalty. For track limits, very easy track to validate / get track limit warnings on. JPP is now in the pit lane. How many penalties did we see on Thursday? Who's spun in the pit lane? Is that Dave? Dave has spun going into the pit lane.
Oh, that's a horrible corner to do as well. Like right at the end of the last corner.
I was trying to think on Thursday. Did we have many penalties with track limits?
Oh, this is looking grim by Dave. Actually, he's supposed to be. This is looking very grim. He's a lapper down. He's not letting these drivers ahead. I mean, he's not letting Hicklin and Scott past, and this is actually letting Baggy catch up. Baggy's now 2.5 seconds.
No!
Oh no! No, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Dave!
What are you doing? You're not racing these. Let them through. Yeah,
I mean, if anything, that's helped Hicklin because Scott's now dropped a second behind him, and Hicklin had DRS to pull away as well.
Please let Baggy through, please. This is the head admin of your division. Let him through.
Oh, Baggy is going to be screaming at his TV set right now. Oh, we've got a few more drivers in the pit lane. Yeah, we've got a few drivers. Cameron has pit, so he's going to go for the undercut on Pazuzu. So we'll keep an eye on that one when the time is right. But yeah, Paggy is really wanting to try and get past the Mercedes here of Dave, but he's not going to let him go, is he?
Nah, I think Dave's got a bit more pace than Baggy, so that's the only plus side at the moment. But having said that, it looks like Smith is going to come out just ahead of Baggy, coming out of the pits. And look at how close this is, Corey.
Indeed, and Smith HB Dan's tyres are going to be stone cold as Dave picks up a penalty for ignoring blue flags. Baggy moves up into 8th place, and it looks like the undercut has worked for the Aston Martin driver as Dave has gone straight on at turn 3. And is he now going to get out of the way? Yes, he is. He does let the cars behind through. Baggy does have DRS as well, crucially, to catch up to Scott. As Pazuzu is in the pit lane, so this is going to be crucial. And he's got, oh yes, a penalty for Pazuzu for speeding in the pit lane. That is going to really throw a spanner in the works in this race now.
Yeah, that's going to throw the pigeons among the cacks. Cacks? I don't know what.
Been a while, mate.
Throw the pigeons amongst the cats. No, it's cats amongst the pigeons. You know what I mean.
Did I?
Anyhow, Richie Chappie. Oh, I forgot, mate. Over to you, Corey.
No, it hasn't worked. So at the moment, the gap is about 2.8 seconds. Obviously, Pazuzu's going to need to warm those hard compound tyres up, so he's going to lose a little bit to Cameron, but they still have got Maxwell separating them at the moment, as Baggy is now only 6/10 away from Scott, and this is for P7 at the moment, as Dave picks up another penalty. He's having a really tough race at the back of the field, but fair play that he's still going. But can Baggy maybe have a go on Scott heading down into turn 4 maybe? He's really close up. He's going to have DRS going down this straight as well. He's going to rinse the remainder of his 16% battery Scott. Scott's got 65 to defend, but Baggy's also got to be careful of the closing. Smith HB Dan is going to go around the outside of him heading into turn 4 now.
Yeah. Oh, no. Don't make contact, lads. Don't make contact. I think they did actually touch a bit. And they're going to go side by side going through this phase of the track. And Smith has got the place. Maybe Baggy recognised that Smith is the quicker driver, so he isn't in the same race as Smith. Has just picked up a 3-second penalty. Scott is going to be Baggy fans' race, so he will close the gap. Baggy has got 3-lap older tyres than Scott, but on these hards, it's actually probably a good thing because these tyres will be at their optimum performance. As Smith has just gone very wide, he was almost crossing the border to Germany.
Really was very deep into the penultimate corner as it's happening. Richie Chappell has came into the pit lane, so I'm wondering where he's going to come out compared to these cars. I think he might come out behind Baggy. He might even come out behind Dave, who's obviously a lap down. But yeah, Richie Chappell has came out behind this little train of cars now. Oh no, they're teammates as well. They are teammates, so I wonder if he is going to let him back through. Let's see if Smith HB Dan, though, can get past Scott. This is for P5 on track at the moment. He's going to use his battery. He's got the DRS. Look at the straight line speed of that Ferrari. He's going to go around the outside, heading into turn 4. Scott's going to try and hold it on the inside. There's contact in the 2. Scott just about catches it. And Smith now up into P5 now after that slight contact with the Alfa Romeo.
Scott did very well to save that, actually. Very well to save that. As, there's a retirement. There's a retirement of Wyman Lex.
Safety car! Safety car, indeed, there is a safety car. Wyman Lex has crashed in the Williams with 16 laps to go in this race around. And indeed, yeah, this has really helped Maxwell in this race. He can go strap on a fresh set of those white hard compound tyres. And this is really going to bunch up the pack, so we're going to get a very interesting restart once again then.
Maxwell, he always, every time I've seen him race, he always grinds out just these results out of nowhere. I saw he got a podium last week in Silverstone. I don't know how that happened, but Silverstone sort of is.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Scott's just wait. Who was that? Someone's just crashed into the back of the safety car. Dave! Oh my goodness me!
To the back of the safety car.
He's just crashed into the back of the safety car. Did you get that?
Oh, I've just seen it. Went into the back of Scott.
I caught the end of it. You going to Scott?
Yeah,
I thought he went into the safety car.
No, it's went into the back of Scott. So,
oh my god.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see if Scott's got wing damage from that, because if he has, that is going to be absolutely brutal. It's going to be like driving with your DRS open.
Pazuzu is in, so maybe he's going to go strap on a fresh set of the mediums. Yes, he is. He's been held up. Oh yeah, he's going to serve his penalty.
Yeah, I was going to say very wise move from Pazuzu, because with the safety car, you're not going to lose as much time as you would under normal race circumstances. So he's not just put the mediums on, but he's also lost his 5-second time penalty. So that immediately puts him back in contention for the race win.
He hasn't lost too much either, apart from obviously the position to Maxwell, but obviously they had quite a big gap to P5, and he's only dropped down to P4 because of that. And these two medium runners, Maxwell and Pazuzu, are going to have a wonderful final 15 laps or so of this Grand Prix, with Cameron with a 3-second penalty for track limits in the moment, and Star Sorfen on the hard. So first few laps, I wouldn't be surprised if these medium runners try and make their way through into the top 2 positions of the Grand Prix.
And breathe. Have a little breather. Should we have a look what's going on in the stream chat? What's going on?
Some gander.
Oh, Harvey, good call, I reckon. Oh, no. Not what Pazuzu needed at all. Needs another late safety car now to get onto the softs. Dave. Is anyone else watching? This is just the Harvey chat at the moment. Who else is... Come on, who's watching? Who's watching? Drastic Blaze. Hello, Drastic Blaze. Jay Geddes is still with us.
Who?
Drastic Blaze.
Drastic Blaze? Hello, Drastic Blaze.
Oh, we've got Gaming Remy here. We've got Paraquix. Hello. How you doing, Para? Well done on your Formula 2 round last week. You scored good points. I've seen you've signed up very early and quickly already for the next F2 round as we head to France for the triple header, which is the 20th of October.
Whatever a week off is.
Yeah, 20th of October. There you go. There's me promoting SLR Formula 2.
Yeah. Hope the SLR F2.
Yeah.
Qualifying incoming.
He's replied in the chat. Drastic Blaze, evening. Hey. Let's get some more replies from people watching. Let's get some more.
Oh, Richie Chappell's left. Let's get him back in.
Let's get some more people getting involved in the stream chat. Come on. Let's all get involved. Apart from if you're racing, of course. So if you're Maxwell watching, hi.
Hi.
Just keep your head down. Keep your head down and get another podium.
Is the safety car in this lap? Yes, it is. Safety car is in this lap. There we go then. Going to get underway with around 13 laps to go in this race we're going to have when we cross the line. Cameron will take us away. Richie Chappell is back in, which is lovely. Just to take control at the restart. And Star Sullivan's going to try and make his way past Cameron here at the restart, but again, he has got two very quick medium runners behind him. We've got a bit of overtaking. Baggy, you're not meant to overtake behind the safety car, mate. You might want to let one back through. There we go. As the safety car's now back out. What? Wait, what? Never mind. Wait. Yeah, the safety car just came back out on my screen. But yeah, I think we're back underway. There we go. Yeah, green flag. On my screen, the safety car came back out. Baggy's now got back past Scott and up into P6, but Maxwell is all over that Red Bull and nearly loses it at turn 1. Oh. As Scott and Baggy have had contact into turn 1. He's now down to 8 as Scott, and Baggy's up into P6 now. But Maxwell, they're going to go 3 wide into turn 3. The McLaren and Pazuzu is going to get involved as well. Maxwell with the inside line on the Red Bull. Can he get himself up into P2? He's going to have the better traction, the better grip. Pazuzu's also going to make his way through as well. Might be able to make it a double bubble as we head down into turn 4 now with the inside line for the McLaren. Can he make this one work? He's so close. They bang wheels again. The championship leader trying to make his way through into second place, and he has done.
This is great news for Cameron up ahead on the hard tyres, carrying that 3-second penalty. He needs these two to squabble as much as they can, so it allows him to pull away, because once they stop, they are going to immediately close the gap, and they are just in these set of corners because they're on those softer tyres. Oh, Cameron, it's going to be interesting to see what he can do with his pace. It's going to be a tough task trying to maintain a top 3, especially with that penalty. But as we've seen from earlier on in the race, he does have good pace, but how good is it?
We'll see then as we start lap 25 of 36 of this Division 4 Austrian Grand Prix. Maxwell's picked up a penalty that is going to be crucial for his final position in this race. He's going to be challenging for the win, potentially on those medium compound tyres, but he's also got championship leader Pazuzu ahead of him, also on the mediums, penalty free at the moment. Going through the penalties, drivers with penalties at the moment, Hicklin has just got past Baggy for P6. Hicklin, one of those drivers with a penalty. Smith HB Danny's teammate also with 3 seconds. Maxwell with 3 seconds. And Cameron, the race leader, crucially with 3 seconds at the moment.
Ooh, more wheel banging going on in the battle for 7th place. Hicklin forced Baggy a bit wide. He got onto the sausage curve, so he lost a bit of traction on the exit. Richie Chappell tried to make a move. They did actually wheel bang, but not to a point of anyone spinning. So Baggy does keep 7th place. Just to point out, there's only 10 drivers left. So as long as these drivers all finish the race past 90%, they will all score points. So lads, do your thing, just stay in the race as Pazuzu sets the fastest lap of a 1:7.9 as he closes the gap rapidly to Cameron for first.
Yes, he does. Cameron's gone very wide at the exit of turn 1. This might be Pazuzu's chance now to try and take the lead of this race, but Cameron's going to be rinsing his battery as well to try and stay ahead of him. Half a second as they head down into turn 3. He's going to get DRS again, is Pazuzu, and he's got the better run through turn 3. And might be able to have a go here. He's got the slipstream and the DRS. He's going to use all that electrical energy he's got left in that McLaren. He's going to go around the outside of Cameron, heading into turn 4. Cameron's going to try to hold it up the inside, though. Is the Alpine squeezes the McLaren out wide, and that's a lovely defence from Cameron to hold on to the lead of this race.
He just makes himself so wide as a bus. It's just brilliant to see, and the fact that they haven't actually collided big time yet is the credit to Cameron and Pazuzu for both their racecraft in this division, because I mean this division does get a bit of a stick for the racecraft stuff sometimes, so this is a good advert for this division from Cameron and Pazuzu, but them two squabbling has brought Maxwell well into contention here.
Has it ever? Yes, it has. Now brought them back within DRS of the top 2 now, and pulling away from P4. There we go. As Maxwell has just set the fastest lap of this race now in the Haas, catching up to the top 2 with DRS on Pazuzu. But Pazuzu with DRS on Cameron. This is for the lead of the race once again. Round 2 between these two. Heading into turn 3, you can see them moving left and right. You're only meant to move once, lads, but it's just about as JPP Gaming's gone round at the exit of turn 1. That might be his race over. Hopefully he keeps going because he knows he will get a point if he finishes the Grand Prix at least. But Cameron got a really good exit out of turn 3 there, and he's going to hold on for the lead, to the lead now a little bit longer.
He did, yeah. That might be the one thing he's going to rely on at the moment. If he can stay in the lead or stay just ahead of Pazuzu going out of turn 2, that traction, he might have to rely on that. But as we get towards the end of the race, that might suffer a bit with his tyre wear. However, he is on the hardest set of tyres from Pazuzu, so maybe by that point in the race, the tyre advantage will be neutralised. As there's a yellow flag, it's 2 and 3, it's a Ferrari.
Hicklin's gone off. Don't join the trot there. Oh my goodness! I stopped breathing there for a minute because he came straight back across the track as Scott was coming through. That has promoted Scott and Baggy up a position now as Hicklin has dropped down to P10 now. As Baggy's into the pit lane.
That's interesting. Maybe he knows something we don't. Is there going to be a bit of rain? As going into turn 2, and Pazuzu was thinking about it, but Cameron makes himself as wide as the bus. And Maxwell's in the inside. I was going to come up with and here comes through goes Maxwell, but the traction was better on Pazuzu. So Cameron again, just the way he defends it, it must be incredibly frustrating for the drivers behind. But if you're Pazuzu, I mean, you don't necessarily need to finish first because of the penalties around. You can just stay in second.
I've just had a look. Baggy had damage to his front wing. I know he's battling with Scott, so maybe he picked up damage that Liam has put in the chat. Is the stream being powered by both your connections? Not quite. It's being powered by SLR Marsh, our cameraman. So big thanks to Marsh for our eyes in the skies and streaming our race tonight, so we can have a little bit of fun. But back to this race anyways. Now start lap 29 of this Grand Prix. And Smith HB Dan has now got within DRS of this top 3 now, and he's going to join this and make it a 4-way battle as Maxwell's closing up on Pazuzu. Yeah,
I tell you what, in this top 5, a big win is going to be Star Orphan 6 in 5th place. I mean, at the moment, he's on course for a 2nd place as Maxwell has got Pazuzu going down into turn 2. Is Pazuzu can do anything about it? Oh, Maxwell's not broken himself! Oh my word! He's had to completely cut turn 2. He's somehow kept the place. I think he's going to have to give that back which he is. Cameron back into the lead, and Maxwell from taking the place from Pazuzu looks like he's going to end up going back down to 3rd. But Pazuzu's kind of boxed in here. Maxwell goes around the outside. This is great racing here. This is great content for SLR. And Pazuzu keeps 2nd place. So after all of that work from Maxwell, he ends up back into 3rd place, and Smith has only closed the gap even more.
Wow, that was a fantastic bit of racing we saw there, and I don't think it's going to end there either because Star Sulfan's now going to join this little battle as well. He's just out of DRS range at the moment, might be able to creep in when we get to the DRS detection point, But Pazuzu, championship leader, wants to win this race. He wants to extend his championship lead by an extra 25, maybe 26 points if he can get fastest lap of the Grand Prix. And he's really closing up on Cameron now. Cameron defending the inside line. And Pazuzu is going to have DRS heading down into turn 2 and turn 3. And Hicklin's now picked up a penalty for track limits. He hits the back of Cameron, does Pazuzu. And it's going to invite Maxwell because he's got a better run. Can Pazuzu go for the move around the outside though? Going into turn 3, the right-hander. Is he going to go for the switchback? Yes, he is. But he's been coming up on Max. Through goes Maxwell. Stole your line there. And Maxwell couldn't quite go through for the lead, unfortunately. But has made his way back past Pazuzu for P2.
Oh, I've just seen Star off. I've just seen Star off and as all Spaggy fans got fastest lap. Go on. Go on. I've just anyway. Pazuzu's the only driver now in the top 5 not to pick up a penalty. So at the moment, he's still in the best position out all of these 5, as long as he doesn't fall behind first and second place. But by all means, it's still not going to be as easy as plain sailing for Pazuzu. There's 6 laps left, an awful lot could happen, especially in this division.
Yes, it could. Lap 31 now, 5 laps to go with this Grand Prix. Maxwell's dropped back a little bit now. Pazuzu's inviting himself back in this top 2 battle. Smith HP Dan and Star Sorper now joining this battle. 5-car battle for the lead. There's slight contact between Smith Dan and Pazuzu. I don't think anyone's going to be close enough to go for a move on anyone yet though. Maxwell's going to close up on Cameron. But has run out of DRS down to 0 is the Haas driver. Pazuzu closing up to Maxwell as well. This is some brilliant racing we're getting in the final couple of laps of this Division 4 race. Pazuzu's got a really good exit and might have a good run on Maxwell, but the DRS pulling Maxwell along to hold on to that second place.
I've never seen that before. Just literally on my screen now. Oh, Baggy Japan again. Star Orphan's penalty. The penalty sign has just disappeared from his name on my screen.
He's never had one for me.
Oh, yeah, on my screen he had it briefly. It just about 10 seconds ago just went off. I've never seen that. I need to know how you get rid of your pens if it's as easy as that. But okay, in that case, Star Orphan, he's still in the very good position. But Baggy Fan with the fastest lap, unless anyone else pits, Baggy Fan is going to get fastest lap, which I don't think he's ever got in his SLR career, and he's been here for almost 2 years.
2 extra points it would be. 1 point for P10, the other point for fastest lap. That'll push him up to 8 points this season.
God.
8
He will get
points on 4 career starts.
He'll get a nosebleed. You're feeling so high.
Indeed he will. Pazuzu though, he's going to try and go down the inside of Maxwell. There's not much room there. There's nearly contact. Has to cut over the curb. Smith Dad's now going to invite his own way back through and into 3rd place now. But Smith HP down, and the 2 drivers with no penalties is currently the back of this train at the moment.
Yeah, the pressure is now ramped up for Pazuzu. He was in a position where he just needed to stay behind the front 2 to take the win, but now the driver behind him is in the exact same position. Bit different on the tyre situation, but nevertheless, I mean, Staff Orphan is effectively only 9/10 away from the race lead here.
Indeed he is. Pazuzu on the 10-lap old mediums. They will maybe drop off maybe on the final 2 laps. We'll see. Star Orphan on those 14-lap old hards. They may have a little bit of grip left right at the end. As Cameron is now right on the back. Maxwell's now right on the back of Cameron as we start lap 33 of this race. Now as Hicklin has made his way back past JPP Gaming, that is the battle for P8 at the moment. We're looking at the battle for P1 on track. It is at the moment. Cameron gets a really poor exit. Maxwell and Hicklin, he has gone round at the start of the 3rd sector. Maxwell might try and make a move for the lead here as we head down into turn 2 and turn 3. Can he make the move around the outside? He's closing up. He's going to try and go all the way around the outside. There's wheel bang. There's contact between the 2. He's going to get DRS again though, heading towards turn 4, but he's a little bit too far back now to think about the move. Smith Dan isn't though. He's going to go for the move on Maxwell as we head towards turn 4. He's got the ERS and the DRS, but has made his way down the inside. Maxwell just about holds him off.
Yeah, Maxwell making the use of those softer tyres there on the traction to keep the position ahead of Smith. Smith Dan, these 3 at the front here at the moment. I mean, as it stands, 1st place is going to be the final rostrum spot, as it's looking very good for Pazuzu and Star Orphan, especially if these guys keep on squabbling up ahead. Baggy Fan got his first penalty of the race in 9th position, but still has that fastest lap. But Hicklin's pit as well, so Hicklin might be about to break the hearts of Baggy fans out there, who is in 9th place. So even still, it could be 2 points collecting for Baggy Fan, which will again put him up to 8 points.
Indeed it will, as Hicklin is just letting through the faster cars ahead of him. But Maxwell's closing up on Cameron again. I think this battle is going to be all the way to the end of the Grand Prix. This one is a slight contact between Maxwell and Cameron with DRS again now towards turn 4. Again, he's just not going to be close enough to go for the move on Cameron. He just can't close up enough.
Oh, Cameron must have a different setup to all the other drivers out there. He must have gone for a really aggressive straight line speed setup. But I don't know what the setup tends to be for Formula One cars. I know in F2 it was bare minimum in the rear, and then they'd be like just a tiny bit for the front. I don't know if that's the same for Formula One, Corey, but you might be able to tell us a bit on that side. But nevertheless, Cameron has got a very aggressive straight line speed setup.
Yeah, again, very, very low wings indeed. Probably. Oh, and Maxwell's gone deep into the penultimate corner, and that's going to invite Smith HP Dan to maybe have a look at him for P2, and Pazuzu can start off. And the battle for P4 could be the battle for the race victory after penalties at the moment between Pazuzu and Starhofen. So we'll see how that one ends on the penultimate lap of this Austrian Grand Prix. We are now, as it is still Cameron who leads on track at the moment of this race.
And Dan's going to make a move on Maxwell, which he does indeed. Oh, and he's... Oh, no. Oh, that's going to be on for the steward. Smith outbroke himself. He bumped cars with Maxwell, and Pazuzu got caught up in it. I think Pazuzu might even have front wing damage. I'm not too sure. It's got a bit of a broadcast to you. No, he doesn't, but he's under more pressure from behind, effectively, for the race win from Starhofen, which, I mean, I don't know if Starhofen's ever won a Grand Prix in SLR. 32 points.
I don't think so.
So this is going to be a great set of points for Orphan here, which with 2 laps to go,
He's gone round! He's gone round! Starhofen's gone round and he's lost it! You jinxed him, Matt! Commentator's curse on the penultimate lap. And he's lost his front wing for good measure. He's going to have to come in for a new one unless he drags it to the end, a bit like Marsh did yesterday. But Maxwell now closing up to Cameron again, and all Pazuzu needs to do now, as Hicklin steals the fastest lap and breaks the hearts of Baggy fans in the grandstands, and all Pazuzu needs to do now is just hold in the 3 seconds of Cameron, and he knows he's going to extend his championship lead by an extra 25 points, and Maxwell's running to the back of Cameron, and there's chaos.
Oh no! Oh, Cameron's lost. Oh no, it's all happening.
He will be absolutely livid with Maxwell. Maxwell just outbroke himself again going into turn 3. And I think that is going to be another one decided in the steward's room. But I think it might have been really clear cut if it was at fault there on this final lap of this race now. But a chaotic race it has been in Division 4 as it normally is. A sprint race which also threw a few spanners in the works with the wet weather. But it's not going to throw a spanner in the works of the championship. It's going to be an extended lead for Pazuzu in the championship. An extra 25 points he is going to be taking home. He's going to try and get past Smith HP Dan, who's got front wing damage. Maxwell, he will cross the line to take the victory on track. But it is going to be Pazuzu, the championship leader, extends his lead by an extra 25 points. Smith HP Dan comes home in P2. Maxwell will take P3. Cameron will take P4 after that contact with Maxwell on the final lap. Richie Chappell for apparently he's just gone straight to, oh no, yeah, that's a timing glitch. Yeah, it's a timing glitch. So yeah, I think he finished P6 in the end. Star Salford, after that spin on the penultimate lap, he will finish P7, P6 or P7, I can't remember. Scott will finish P7. JPP Gaming, he will cross the line in P8. Who's Baggy Fan just behind? He picks up 2 points for his championship tally. And what does that send it up to, Matt?
8. No, Hicklin got it. But actually, my ass, I mean, I'm not being biased, but Baggy Fan, we laughed at him. He spun every single corner in qualifying. He didn't spin once in the wet sprint or the dry race.
Indeed, he didn't.
That.
Probably. One man who didn't have a singular spin in that race and just about stayed out of trouble was the championship leader Pazuzu, who comes out on top for McLaren and comes out on top with Division 4, taking maximum points, apart from the fastest lap, of course, in this sprint weekend. 33 points he's going to extend his championship lead by. And let's get the top 3 in the race in. And while we're discussing getting the top 3 in, why don't we discuss our driver of the day as well? Who are we going to give that one to?
Let me have a quick look at the race director, just in case I might see anything different. I mean, you got to bear in mind of like the whole. Oh no, I've just pressed race director, haven't I?
No, it'll be fine. The race is finished.
No, it's still not doing it for me.
Oh my god, yeah.
Got,
I've just got a blank screen now.
No, I'm just viewing one of the grandstands.
Yeah, that's what I've got. I mean, we'll get sent back to the lobby in 20 seconds anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I mean, he's proved why he's deservedly dominating this championship as Pazuzu. So I mean, I can't think of anyone else really other than Pazuzu to get drive of the day. It might have been a bit more difficult decision to make had Starhoffen didn't have that spin on the last few laps. But yeah, I'm gonna go for Pazuzu for drive of the day.
Okay, let's. Who else was on podium? It was Maxwell, wasn't it?
Pazuzu, Smith, and Maxwell, I believe.
Oh, I've got him back.
Oh, are we doing it from the race or are we doing it from the total for the points for the round?
We'll just do it for the race.
Okay.
I'll leave them.
Who are we waiting for? Who else?
That wasn't awkward.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, that was probably my fault. Whoops.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've done this a lot. I mean, at least I didn't write the whole lobby like I did in the Invitational.
You just need Pazuzu in now.
Yeah, let me give Pazuzu an invite. I can't even click on his. There it is. Right, I'll send him an invite. Should we get the interviews underway then? Who finished P3? Was it It was Maxwell that finished P3 in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How do you want to do the interviews, Matt? Do you want to do?
I'm as flexible as a gymnast, mate. I'll follow your lead.
You can do P2 and P1. I'll do P3. You can give you them all.
Did Richie not finish on the podium?
Timing
no,
glitch,
that was
I
a
believe.
timing glitch.
Ah.
So then, let's start with Maxwell. P3 in the end, but it had a collision with Cameron on the final lap. Your pace wasn't too bad. You obviously started on the soft compound tyres and went very aggressive at the start. And that safety car kind of brought you back into play so you could pit for a fresh set of mediums. Can you talk us through your sprint race and your race, please?
Well, this might come through completely negative, but sometimes you need to say what must to be said. If people give space into turn one, then I probably don't get spun. But apparently, if there's a car on your inside, that doesn't happen. It doesn't matter apparently. So get spun at the start. Side pod damage, floor damage. So the safety car was a blessing. Managed to somehow drag P4 out of that. So that was fun. Yeah, that was my negative sprint race.
Yeah, it was a tough sprint for you then. But again, in the race, as I said, the safety car kind of brought you back into play after you going to be doing at least a two-stop since you started on the softs. Is that always going to be the strategy, or?
Yep, plan was always to run in clean air. There's a lot of times there's people you sometimes feel comfortable with side by side and others you maybe don't so it's always, I feel safe to try and take an alternative plan, try and get yourself in a bit of a gap, especially with the situation with AI. The plan was to never collide with that or cross paths with it at any point. So that was the plan. Obviously safety car helped massively. As I say, I took a P4, P5 at the end. Got a penalty at the end, which I'm not really too happy about because I get punted, kind of like Max Verstappen into Charles Leclerc. So, I mean, I don't think we've got a ruling that takes away 3 seconds worth for that. So, that's a bit poor, but people are going to send it into turn 3, of course, and I believe possibly did that myself, or Cameron possibly broke a wee bit too early. I'll need to look it back, but if you don't go for a gap in the last lap, then what's the point?
Indeed, yeah. Had a good go on the final lap. Obviously, the contact with who was it? Who was it with? I can't even remember. It was with Cameron, wasn't it? In the end.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get your view on that?
So I need to look it back. Like obviously, everything happens in the spur of the moment, right? I know Cameron can be a very, very defensive driver. Cameron can be someone that can maybe not stick to one line, and can be someone that maybe breaks a wee bit too early. It could possibly be I've maybe carried over speed in. I'll need to double check it. I don't want to put blame on MD when it could rightly be me. But at the end of the day, as I say, I put myself in that position and his car just comes to an abrupt stop. I always had a good exit coming out of turn 3 to blind myself up. I needed to put the gap on, and then obviously that just caused carnage at the end. But as I say, it's like anything else, man. We can say what we want about how we feel in the moment with it until we look it back frame by frame in a replay. Then there's no point putting the blame on anybody. We just need to see what happens.
Indeed, we will see. And final question from me. We've got a week break next week, and then we've got France coming up after that. How are you feeling heading into that weekend? Do you think you maybe pick up another podium or anything better?
My full intention is not to beat France. If I'm being honest,
Okay.
I despise everything to do with that track, and I'm quite looking forward to taking a 2-week break. So I'll be hopefully not here. If I'm being honest, it's just a track I despise watching. I despise racing it. So if I was going to take a week break, it was going to be that. So I think that's the plan. After that, Hungary seems to be okay. Yeah, no desire to be in France.
Indeed, fair enough. Again, thank you for your time and best of luck when we see you once again in Hungary then.
No problem, buddy. Thank you very much.
Over to Matt then for Smith HP Dan.
Yeah, Smith HP Dan in second place. Congratulations on a very eventful race from yourself. In fifth place in the championship, strengthened your points tally in the battle against your Ferrari teammate SLR Hicklin. Well, talk us a bit through your race. I mean, at the start, from what I recall, you had to make your way through the grid, and then to the top four, there was quite a bit of a gap. But thankfully, the safety car was able to bring you back into action to fight for the lead. Where, I mean, the battle for the lead looked absolutely incredible. So yeah, talk us through how your race was from start to finish, and how were you able to cope with everything that was going on around in the last few laps?
Yeah, so obviously started fairly low because of the sprint race, which was awful for me. Pitting for softs when it was just raining, not a good shout. So it was just a slow working my way up until last 5-6 laps where there was maybe 5 of us within 3 seconds, all in a DRS train. I think it was me, Maxwell, and Cameron all had penalties. So I had to try and get past both of them or one of them. And then I think last lap Maxwell and Cameron had a bit of contact, and I ended up hitting Cameron, bit of front wing damaged, and then just had to try and limp home.
Yeah, and you were able to get home in second. So if I'm correct, this is your back-to-back second place finishes, which I mean has really helped out your season and elevated you in the way of points. I mean, confidence must be quite high in yourself right now.
Well, yeah, I think I've missed 3 races of the first half, so I just had to try and get some points where I could. So 2 seconds in a row isn't bad.
Nope, it's not at all. It might be a bit late for a championship charge, but by all means, it's not late for a late charge for maybe even second or third place in the championship. So congratulations, Smith, on your second place this round. And now we go to the race winner once again, to the championship leader, who has been dominating all season and continues to do so, and showed why he's in that position by performing brilliantly in the wet sprint and a dry race. Pazuzu, congratulations on the race win once again. First of all, talk us through your sprint. You didn't get pole position, but immediately you took advantage of the wet conditions and got off the line brilliantly. So first of all, talk us through your sprint race in claiming the max points in that.
Well, in a sprint race, I was kind of bricking it, if I'm being honest, because if you look through the past, God knows, 6 races, I've had nothing but terrible starts. And I've worked on it this week, and I seem to have got it down a bit, because I got a monster start. I think I took the lead within 50 meters. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if I don't know. But yeah, it was a good race. We had a safety car. It was close, a bit back and forth, a bit of fighting. It was a very, very ebb and flow race. It weren't we I presume. I mean, I was running a dry set because it was a dry race. So I presume everybody else was like me, just trying to tiptoe around and try and keep up the pace, should we say?
Yeah, and onto the dry race, which it's a men race itself. Now, by all means, it was not plain sailing. I mean,
No.
from the start, you were overtaken by Cameron, who, I mean, certainly in my time in SLR, is probably one of the most difficult drivers to overtake, simply because he makes his car as wide as a bus. That was quite
No,
a
no, he
fun
just
watch.
doesn't stick to one line. That's all it is. He likes to move in the braking zone. That's all it is.
Yep, like one of the most difficult people to overtake, like I said. And then even after the safety car period, you had 5 drivers or 4 other drivers around you, 3 of them having penalties, but even still, to try and keep the right mindset, try and keep calm amongst everything that was going on, especially in the last 2 laps, you're able to keep yourself in the position to take the race win. So again from start to finish, in both the battle with Cameron and those last few laps, to take the race win talk us through what was going on inside the cockpit, really.
Well, not much really went on from the start up until I pitted for hards. I got a 5 second penalty for speeding in the pit lane for doing 50 in the 50 limit.
Great
So
game.
yeah, I had that. So I was kind of a bit fuming, but I knew I had good pace today, and I knew that people around me had penalties. So I was just like knuckled down. Then we got another safety car. I was like, well, I might as well just work it off, which I'm glad I did now, because if I hadn't, Maxwell would have won because of the last lap shenanigans. But yeah, after that, it was a very plain sailing race. Great battle with everybody, but the last 5 laps, it just seemed to get a bit desperate, and I just seemed to be trying to avoid people, then try to overtake. But overall, it was a great race and a great weekend. 33 points in the bag. Can't ask no better.
No, absolutely not. Sometimes staying out of trouble is the best way of success, and you've extended your championship lead to Harvey. Again, to everyone watching, not that one. With an extra 33 points. I mean, going into the second half of the season, I mean, are you still taking it race by race, or are you just slowly and steadily thinking about that championship?
I'm taking it race by race, but I do know now we have literally just started Austria, a good part of the season for me. You know, like France, Hungary, all those types of races. I really like Singapore. So things are looking up for me, track wise, should I say.
Definitely not the words other drivers were hoping to hear. But Pazuzu, once again, congratulations on your
Thank you
race
very
win
much.
as we head back to SLR Corey.
Indeed, I have invited a certain person to the party. I have invited Baggy Fan, who, funny enough, I don't know if he mentioned it in the stream, but his fourth Grand Prix start of the season. He started this weekend with 5 points to his name.
Just
He's now
5?
finished. Yeah, just 5. He's now finished this weekend with 8 points on his
No.
tally.
Oh my God.
Baggy, I don't, we don't
I
do
honestly
this,
thought
but
you was going to say a lot more than that, but okay.
no, Baggy. You know what? Talk us through your race and your sprint. You're a fantastic sprint, apart from obviously up to the end where you had a bit of contact. You're running like P4, P5 for the whole sprint. And after you nicked my setup and slagged it off in qualifying, talk us through your weekend as well.
Yeah, well, obviously qualifying.
Can't hear him.
Can't hear him. He's gone. Where's he gone?
Put the mic in your mouth.
Hello. This. Signing out. Bye.
How does it taste, Baggy? All right.
Baggy gone? Is he not there?
Can't hear him.
No.
But
I guess we'll
if you can hear me, Baggy, actually, what we'll say is fair bloody play to you for the sprint and the race. I mean, what we saw in qualifying was interesting to say the least, spinning every single corner. And then, if I remember correctly, didn't spin at all in the wet sprint or the dry race. So fair play to you, and well done on picking up the 3 points. Which what does that put his tally to now, Corey?
8.
8. Gee. 8. Latifi doesn't even get that.
Literally.
Latifi's shit, that's why.
Hey,
whoa! We don't have that in here.
There's a reason why he's 21st out of 20 drivers.
To all the young ears listening to this, we do apologise for the language used.
It's past the watershed.
I know it's past the watershed, but we might still have a few. I mean, we have Corey in the party where he might have just turned 18, but still I view him as someone who was born on a leap year, so he's still 4.25 in my eyes. 4.5.
I see your logistics there. I see it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I think Nightbot, I'm pretty sure Nightbot's only about 4 years old, so I see Nightbot watching.
Oh, anyway, it's been a fantastic sprint weekend tonight at Division 4 action. Make sure to join us tomorrow where the sweaty boys come out on the Sunday night, where SLR Jam is going to be potentially looking to try and take the championship lead of the McEwen division. Only 14 points behind SLR Ogween at the moment, the current championship leader. Make sure to join us that tomorrow at 7 p.m. And Monday, the final race of the Austrian Grand Prix Sprint weekend is Division 1, where I don't know whether I have a stream or not. We'll see. Or Babe Station might be streaming that one. We'll have a quick gander.
Woo!
But yeah, big thank you to everyone who has joined us tonight. Make sure to join us tomorrow, as I said. And good night from myself and SLR Southerner.
Oh,
Oh god, yeah, the